In a dangerous mission to save the world from a ravaging alien plant, Tyler and his troops struggle to survive in an apocalyptic city where they face an unknown enemy. In 2055, rapid modernization led to the development of military robots, which caused endless wars and ecological collapse. With civilization in danger, governments built Skynets, a protective layer to purify toxic air. However, a meteorite fell on Area B16, which birthed a ravaging alien plant called Pandora that could purify the atmosphere and consequently devastate the land. In B16's command center, Private Tyler converses with his friend Commander Chung of the Air Combat Unit, or ACU, a local militia, when the headquarters ship arrives. Meanwhile, Lucy quarrels with her boyfriend Private Connor, who tries to bid farewell as he prepares for a dangerous combat mission. Commander Chung greets the crew and leads Colonel Tam, who trusts military robots more than men, to Major General Sean Lee. Since Pandora thrives during rainfall, Colonel Tam reports that there'll be 2 incoming storms to B16, the second greater than the other. She introduces lead scientist Dr. Chan and proposes to reprogram the plant with gene bullets to reduce its destructiveness as it repairs the atmosphere. Pandora is reactive to the P7N9 virus, which constitutes the gene bullets and puts it in a hibernation state. General Lee understands that the operation's success will render his Skynets useless, but the colonel assures the atmosphere's restoration. Furthermore, Colonel Tam asks to dispatch a robot unit to release the virus into Pandora's pistol, its reproductive core, and prevent its growth. Otherwise, an aircraft called Orca will bomb Pandora before the second storm, resulting in severe casualties. Commander Chung protests the operation's lack of an evacuation plan, sacrificing thousands of people. Nevertheless, the general approves the gene bullet mission's execution. Afterward, Commander Chung introduces Colonel Tam to Tyler's Air Force unit and briefs them about locating Pandora's pistol. Contrast agent bombs will be shot and absorbed by Pandora, which will be tracked at the pistol by aircraft called Skyfishes, where robots will attack with gene bullets. However, Tyler questions the uncertainties of the mission, which might cost his unit's lives, but Colonel Tam insists on following orders. Soon after, the ACU takes off to B16 Central Building, where they'll execute the gene bullet operation. Moments later, Tyler hangs his deceased daughter Sissy's locket on his ship, guiding him on his dangerous mission. Meanwhile, in B16 settlement area, Skunk, a dismissed Air Force soldier, notices the 3 Skyfishes and an Orca passing by, curious about the headquarters operation. In the Skyfish, Private Lincoln teases Private Connor, whose girlfriend is tuning in at the command center as communications personnel. Then, Tyler's unit gains sighting on the rainfall at Central Building as they approach the plant-infested area. The 3 Skyfishes fly into position, surrounding the alien plant's dangerous tendrils. As Pandora starts absorbing rain, Commander Chung executes the initial phase. The Skyfishes launch 6 contrast agent bombs into the target. Successful, the Skyfishes follow the agent smoke signal with extreme speed as it traces to Pandora's pistol. At the command center, Lucy warns the troops of Pandora's retaliation, so they defend their ship while tracking the pistol. However, one Skyfish's engine catches on fire and crashes, leaving 2 aircraft on mission. As the Skyfish fly southward, tendrils simultaneously attack the aircraft and kill the crew on board. The plane falls and explodes, leaving only one Skyfish to track the agent. Tyler reports the situation from his Skyfish when Pandora attacks and punctures its fuel tank. The contrast agent proceeds downward, but the remaining Skyfish struggles to take flight. The remaining crew defends the sole aircraft from Pandora and blazes a trail for the Skyfish as Tyler lets it fall. Before it crashes on the ground, the chief soldier pulls the lever and continues following the agent's signal with its remaining fuel. Then, Tyler reports the confluence point of 3 contrast agents when Dr. Chan recognizes that the pistol is still underground. As the tracking succeeds, Colonel Tam immediately orders the robot unit to be released, so the Orca drops military robots Enigma and Timora. Meanwhile, the Major General, who listens during the mission, sabotages the operation as he interferes with the ship's signal. He gains control over the robot soldier at the Orca, which explodes the ship, killing the backup troops inside. The Orca falls and crashes onto a building, leaving the remaining Skyfish on its own. Because of this, Tyler loses contact with the command center as he finishes scanning and finally locates Pandora's pistol. With a damaged fuel tank, the Skyfish spirals down and crashes, signaling the mission's failure. However, visions of his deceased daughter motivate Tyler, so he gets up and pulls his remaining crew from the burning ship. Distressed by the aftermath, Colonel Tam orders to carry out Plan B. Commander Chung argues that they only lost connection, not the mission, so he volunteers to look for survivors. Dr. Chan confirms that the last Skyfish is close to the pistol, so the commander insists insists on looking for them on foot to prevent Plan B's execution. Colonel Tam surrenders and agrees to wait for 3 hours before the second storm comes. Then, Tam confronts the communications personnel about the connection's disappearance. Lucy estimates that the incident is due to a thunderstorm, but the colonel refuses to believe the odd incident. Meanwhile, Tyler and his crew enter an abandoned hospital to attend to Lincoln's fatal injuries. He hears strange noises in the building but proceeds to lay the soldier in a room. The survivors wear oxygen helmets to help them breathe. Then, Tyler leaves to look for medical supplies while Connor keeps Lincoln from bleeding. Driving an armored truck, Chung recruits his former squad mate, Skunk, on a rescue operation. The dismissed soldier joins when the commander hands him a weapon that the former soldier used before. Afterward, they leave the border in pursuit of their missing friend. At the hospital, Tyler heads to the pharmacy and scavenges for a surgical needle when he hears a noise. He looks around and finds a doll that reminds him of Sissy. Meanwhile, Connor leaves Lincoln to look out for the origin of the noise. Tyler contacts Connor when Chung receives his static call as they drive around the area. Suddenly, an insect-like creature attacks Tyler, but he stabs it as he reaches for his gun. Finally, he shoots it to death and grabs the doll. On the other hand, Connor finds the creature feasting on Lincoln, so he runs for his life. Nearby, Chung contacts the command center to help him search for the survivor's signal, as he wears his armor and reminds Skunk to obey orders. Meanwhile, Connor hides inside a mortuary cabinet as the creature signals for the others. In a ward, an abandoned girl hides from the creatures when Tyler appears and shoots it. He grabs the kid and runs as it follows them. Suddenly, Chung attacks the creature before it reaches Tyler. Then, he finds Connor in the mortuary and hits him in anger as he learns Lincoln's dead. In the trunk, Skunk remembers his dispute with Tyler, where he disobeyed orders in a mission, leading to multiple deaths. Tyler dismissed him from his job and ordered his friends to surrender his belongings. Skunk finds his broken helmet in the truck, a reminder of his lost eye. In the hospital, an insect-like creature runs after the 3 soldiers and the girl. Chung contacts Skunk, who instructs them where to go while they fend off the aliens. Then, Skunk blasts the wall as the others exit the building. At the command center, General Lee questions Colonel Tam and orders her to execute Plan B immediately. However, Connor contacts them and sends the pistol scan. To Lee's disappointment, Colonel Tam reports that the Gene Bullet mission is still underway. Relieved of her boyfriend's safety, Lucy tells Connor not to die. Then, Chung reveals that they'll retrieve the Gene Bullets in the crashed Orca. Skunk protests and Tyler argues with him, remembering that their 30-year friendship ended. Chung reveals that Plan B will devastate thousands of civilians, so they must carry Plan A to success. Afterward, Connor reports that the Gene Bullet box is still in the plane crash, so Tyler armors up as they reach the location. Arriving, they release a drone to scout the area. Secretly, Lucy reveals to Connor that there was a signal interference earlier, so she tells him to look for the robot's head. Hearing this, Connor volunteers to go with Chung. Skunk prepares as well, but Tyler takes the vehicle's keys, ordering the former soldier to stay behind. The scared girl stops Tyler from leaving her, so Chung and Connor head out first. The chief soldier learns she is orphaned by her mother, reminding him of Sissy, who died because of the illness caused by their ailing environment. Longing for his daughter, Tyler promises to take care of the girl named Pansy. In the rubble, the drone finds the bullet box above ground. Chung uses his armor suit and climbs the building to look, but it loses energy as he hangs by a steel rod. Luckily, Tyler catches him in time, saying his friend can't live without him. As the pair climbs the collapsing building, Tyler finds the open box inside a hanging wrecked van, where he sees one Gene Bullet. Meanwhile, Connor finds a robot's torso among the rubble. Nearby, he picks up a grenade buckle, suggesting that the robot detonated it in the Orca. To retrieve the bullet, Tyler swings on a fire hose which Chung secures as a makeshift pulley. The chief struggles to reach it as the commander lowers him down. Afterward, insect-like creatures find Chung just as Tyler grabs the bullet, and the van falls. Below, Connor hurriedly unscrews the robot's head from its body. Tyler and Chung fight off the creatures while debris falls on them. Then, a car falls to where Connor is, but the pair stops the vehicle before it crushes the soldier to death. However, a creature falls into the vehicle when Skunk appears and beheads it. When an obstacle blocks their way, Skunk slashes it with his electric weapon while boasting about his work. The soldiers struggle to exit the collapsing building as their armor's battery depletes. Nevertheless, they all make it outside, and Tyler returns Skunk the truck's keys to show gratitude to his estranged friend. Then, Chung reports their progress to the command center, where Sean Lee listens. Connor investigates the robot's head and reveals that it was programmed to bomb the Orca, implying that someone controls it. Furious, Tyler accuses Colonel Tam, but Chung replies that Sean Lee has a motive. Then, Connor accesses the command input and confirms that Major General Sean Lee was behind the sabotage. With this, Chung contacts Lee and asks him to surrender. However, the devoted architect of the Skynets refuses to cooperate and warns the soldiers about Timora, Enigma, and the 3 robots he controls. Then, Lee interferes with their signal, so they lose contact with the center. 30 minutes before the storm comes, the ACU rushes into Pandora's pistol. Suddenly, the robot Enigma runs after them, controlled by General Lee. Enigma shoots bullets at the armored vehicle while Tyler and Chung throw explosives at the robot. Skunk counters its missiles and uses the vehicle's weapons to defend itself as Enigma closes in. Then, the soldier fires at the robot as it pursues them. When they pass the expressway, 3 humanoid robots jump on the vehicle. Skunk skids to a halt, putting Enigma in front, so he immediately rushes ahead and pushes it. Tyler fires an immobilizing weapon, leaving them with the attackers on the roof. Chung battles the other on top while Tyler fights another inside the truck. The robot launches a grenade inside, so Pansy grabs and throws it out the window. Then, Tyler's armory runs out of energy, and he uses a hatchet to finish the robot. Meanwhile, Chung combats the robot on the roof and beheads it. Connor shoots a tasing bullet at the robot in front of Skunk as the vehicle runs over it. Suddenly, a missile launches at the rushing truck, so the driver counters it. However, the missile hits the bridge's pillar and destroys the road ahead. As the pavement collapses, the truck speeds up and reaches the other side. Then, Enigma pulls it over the edge, preventing them from moving forward. Left with no choice, Chung hands the gene bullet to Tyler and jumps on Enigma. Chung turns its shots to the robot's hands as it releases the vehicle and falls with the commander. The ACU moves forward, leaving Chung, who recovers from falling inside his beaten armor. 15 minutes before the storm falls, Colonel Tam orders to inspect the Orca 2 as it prepares for Plan B. Arriving at Center 5th Street, where the pistol grows, Tyler commands the vehicle to stop while they try contacting headquarters. In the command center, Lucy locates the robot Timora and learns it intercepts their signal. She reports it to Colonel Tam, who singles out the culprit. Meanwhile, Timora is approaching the ACU, so Tyler orders Connor to bomb a hole into the pistol below ground. A crying Pansy embraces Tyler, so he assures her that he'll return and tells her to hide in an abandoned car. The acting commander hands Connor the gene bullet, trusting him with the mission. Hesitating, Pansy reaches for Tyler, so Skunk cheers her up as she enters her hiding place. Connor sets the bomb at the intersection above ground of the pistol. Skunk calls his estranged friend, saying they must exterminate the robot and prevent Plan B together as a team. As Timora locates them, Tyler exchanges bullets with the robot while Skunk goes the other way to set up the missile launcher. Timora launches a ballistic missile, so Tyler rushes toward it and destroys its interceptor, retrieving their signal to the command center. Then, Lucy receives the information file pointing to Sean Lee, so Colonel Tam confronts the traitor and orders him to stop the robots. Nonchalantly, the general urges her to start Plan B as time passes. Simultaneously, Tyler runs out of battery while Timora chases him. Skunk fires the missile, and the robot explodes. However, it recovers from the rubble just as Connor detonates the bomb. A humanoid robot from before fires at the soldier when Tyler backs him up. Pansy runs to Connor, who assures her that he's okay. Then, Tyler combats the fighting robot, who punches his head. The soldier reaches for his locket, but the robot grabs him anyway. Timora targets Pansy's hiding place, angering Tyler, who fights the robot with all his might. Skunk fires at Timora once more, successfully exploding it into pieces. However, the rain begins to pour, and Pandora's growth rate increases rapidly. Orca 2 hovers over the pistol, preparing to execute Plan B. Meanwhile, Chung approaches Tyler with Pansy, whom he saved during the combat. The commander reports that they'll enter the pistol, so Colonel Tam suspends Plan B. Gene bullet in hand, Chung slides down to Pandora's pistol as a swarm of insect creatures approach him. Consequently, civilians from nearby settlement areas scramble as Pandora's vines ravage the city. In the pistol, Chung activates the bullet as it sprays the P7N9 virus, killing the insects and stopping the alien plant's growth. At last, Dr. Chan officially announces the operation's success. Amidst the command center's cheers, Colonel Tam hears a gunshot from Sean Lee's office. A week later, Dr. Chan has altered Pandora's genes, which completely removes its destructive properties, purifying the atmosphere and allowing civilization to recover and prosper after all these years. In B16, Private Tyler comments on his friend's clothes while Skunk slacks off, who has now returned to the military to continue serving the generations to come.
Subscribe to watch more videos like this, turn on notifications and leave a like to help the channel out. Thank you for watching.